And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the studio with the captains Renee and Paul from the Shogun. This is going to be a great show. What relief, talking fishing instead of no C word on this show, okay? No C word. So we're going to talk fishing. Stay tuned. Southern California's sport fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and radio network.
Seakeeper, the leader in marine stabilization, has launched its newest, smallest, and most radically different model, the Seakeeper 1. Now, for the first time, stabilization is available for boats as small as 23 feet. The Seakeeper 1 is designed to eliminate up to 95% of boat roll-on vessels 23 to 30 feet with a fresh new look. The Seakeeper 1 has a compact flush mount installation and runs on 12-volt battery power. Installation is a breeze. It can fit under almost any seat, and now your skiff can enjoy the comfort and enjoyment that only a Seakeeper-equipped boat can provide. Check out the Seakeeper demo boat at upcoming shows and arrange a free test ride. Seakeeper has changed the lives of many Southern California anglers, including Pete Gray, and will allow you to stay on the fishing grounds when others need to head back to port. Visit seakeeper.com/take-a-ride to arrange a demo. Eliminate up to 95% of boat roll on your trailer boat. Seakeeper. Once you feel it, you'll never boat without it.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
We all need to get around, but we all need something different from our vehicles. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have you covered if you're looking for a new truck this month. Plus, it's SUV season, so they have great deals for everyone. Whether it's a new EcoSport that is nimble and fun around town, or the Ford Explorer that is capable of putting a boat in the water and has seating for 7, Ford has you covered. Ford trucks and SUVs aren't just powerful and legendary. They have the latest technology that helps you seamlessly connect your smartphone and ensure you're safe on the road. Features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist on trucks are truly a game changer at the ramp, helping you back up a trailer by simply turning a knob on the dash and doing the hard work for you. So check out all the great deals during SUV season and save some money on the right gear for you. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealers today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Man, these are my favorite times to get to do the show in the show is just about to get rolling as far as our fishing season goes, but people are finishing up maintenance, and it's the only time when you're going to get both of the guys from the boat in here at the same time.
These two guys, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Captains Renee, Captain Paul from Shogun. Good morning, gentlemen.
So, boys.
Good morning.
Great to have you. Yeah, it's so boats, Shogun's at the dock at Fisherman's Landing doing maintenance right now. How's that going?
It's going. It's definitely a lot of maintenance. We're keeping up on everything. We're redoing a couple of wells, so there's a lot of work to be done, but we're getting there. We got another couple weeks, and we should be ready to roll.
Yeah, ready to go. You have a trip in the beginning of April, right?
Yeah, April 2nd.
Yeah, that should be awesome. It's like I mean, possibility of rockfish, bluefin, yellowtail, the whole gambit on a 3-day, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a 3-day. You got possibilities to go just down to Colonette, look for some yellowtail, get some rockfish, just roll west, and maybe take a gander at some bluefin and hopefully get lucky.
Man, it just doesn't seem like it was that long to when we were just, it's like the season started crazy early last year, and it went so long, it just feels like it was a few weeks ago that we were catching bluefin at the quote-unquote end of last season. It feels like it was a few weeks ago, that this fish was still biting.
Yeah.
I don't think
there's
it ever
no
stopped.
downtime.
I think people just stopped fishing.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever ended.
This is so cool.
And they're still here, right? You guys on your last trip saw a lot of bluefin, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They just weren't quite ready to bite yet.
Not quite, but guys have been out there, in the last couple of weeks and
catching them,
making scores. So
I think Tomahawk went yesterday, right? Did they
Tomahawk
get out?
and the Queen both left last night, and
yeah.
I know during the show the Pacific Queen had a big hit, or a legitimate hit on them. That was real deal bluefin fishing, and it's early, so who knows? It was funny, like a little bit of the attitude when we were at the shop last night. There was several trips that left last night. I know at a Fisherman's Landing, and I think some of the other landings as well. And some guy was asking, what do we need? And one of the guys at the shop was telling him, sinkers for cod fishing. You think you think they would fish cod on a trip like this? We're like, man, it's a rock cod trip. Like that's what you're going on. It's just funny that bluefin has been such an opportunity at a time of year when you're supposed to go catch reds right now. You're supposed to hope that the weather's good enough to maybe catch a red. Now it's like, well, I'm hoping that we catch 90-pound bluefins. It's pretty fun.
It's a possibility, but it's kind of like fringe season, right, guys?
Oh yeah. It's possibility, but in the last few years, it's like that's the norm now.
It's a probability.
Yeah,
this is pretty exciting.
So
tell us about your guys' partnership. You joined forces together with Captain Frank Lopresti and purchased the Shogun. And how long has it been now?
It's been a little over a year.
Has it really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And time flies.
You guys, of course, Paul, you came from the long range experience, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, fished with you many times on the Royal Star, and of course Renee been around long time in the long range fleet and such like that. How's that working out? Is it the perfect marriage on the boat?
It's pretty good. I don't think we've fought yet.
That's pretty good, man. In a year? Yeah. That's really good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And to have two ace captains on the boat. Sometimes you're on together, sometimes you're on separately, right?
Yeah, no, it's fun, working with, a good friend.
Yeah.
The relationship's there, and we really don't bicker at all. We just ask questions to each other, and we either say yeah or no, and we go one way. We never, not agree.
Yeah.
So
you guys have such a good thing going on that boat. It's just like the atmosphere that both of you guys like portray. It's just like it's infectious. Everybody is super stoked, and it's very obvious. You got to, it starts at the top with you guys and your crew. Like everybody is young and hungry and really happy with, like. You walk on that boat and you can tell very much, even if it is like a long stretch and a chore in your job, like that never shows. Like the second you walk on that boat, everybody is like, you can tell crew and all is stoked to be there, stoked that they're going fishing. Everybody seems very happy. Like it's just such a cool atmosphere when you get on board that boat.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the biggest compliment we get out of all of our customers at the end of the trip is how well the crew gets along, how positive the attitude and the vibe was throughout the trip. So that's one of the things that we strive hard for, and it's fun. It's cool. Nice when everybody on the boat's friends. We all get along. That vibe just kind of spreads around the boat.
Yeah.
It's infectious.
For sure, yeah. And the boat is an awesome fishing platform too. Why don't you describe the boat to us? It's very different than some of the others in the fleet, right?
Yeah, I mean it's it's similar to a lot of the others, but it's different as well. I mean, it's a 90-foot boat, but it offers a 30-foot beam.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's pretty insane. It's
It's
just
huge.
as wide as any of the biggest boats in the fleet. So, the fish hold space and the bait storage space would be the same as if you were on one of the bigger boats, but you fish on a long range trip with the same load as the smaller boats.
Right.
That's sweet. Yeah. So your average load on a long trip is what?
24, I would say, average load for a 5 to 7 day trip.
Nice. Yeah.
Which, I mean, you think about that, 24 people in a boat that's 30 feet wide, like it's just room for days everywhere. It's such a comfortable boat to fish on.
I was walking by the Shogun with a friend the other day who's not a long-range fisherman. He's not a fisherman much at all, except when he goes with me. And he goes, "Wow, look how wide that boat is!" And
For real.
I mean, it's noticeable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big. It's a big boat, and it's heavy. You know, it's a steel boat and rides beautifully. You know, in the seas and stuff. It's a solid platform. Yeah,
It handles the weather pretty good.
yeah. So now you guys bring. What's cool about your partnership is you guys both bring two different skill sets to the plate, right? I mean, Paul has his expertise, you have your expertises. What kind of are those? Well, how do you guys complement each other?
Well, Paul's got more experience doing the long trips, down to the lower banks and all that. But we've both been fishing Guadalupe pretty good.
Yeah,
and I feel like we've learned that island pretty good in the last handful of years.
Oh, shit.
you know every corner.
Yeah,
of that
there's no
thing.
doubt about that. You guys like slid into the Guadalupe roll so well, and you do so many trips there, and just time after time after time, the success is just it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Paul's a great fisherman. He's been fishing just as long as I have, if not a little bit longer. But I came from the local 3/4 day boats, and he came from the day and a half and went straight to long range. So he just has that lower banks and just long range ability. He complements us a lot.
Yeah, and then down in the engine room, you guys really know your stuff too. That's kind of like both of your skill sets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, managed the engine room on the Royal Star for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about partnering up with Renee is he's very skilled in that department as well. So
yeah.
it's a big deal being able to maintain and fix the boat. Obviously, you're 1,000 miles out at sea. You got to get it home if anything happens. So
That's one thing that's always impressed me so much about the people that are in your role is like there's so many hats you got to wear. Both, you're the tour guide and customer relations person, and the guy that's in charge of finding fish when you're out at sea, and you're the mechanic, and you're the jack of all trades. And it's always impressive, especially when you get on a boat like the Shogun, because all of those things happen so seamless. And you step into the shoes of somebody like Pete and I, and everybody listen when you're a passenger, like we don't see any of that stuff. We don't see, Paul's not the greasy mechanic, but behind the scenes you totally are, and everything else. You guys just do such a good job of making everything run so smooth without any of us knowing.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today. A lot to talk about here on Let's Talk Hookup. And before we talk about that, I want to talk about a couple things that happened big in Let's Talk Hookup world. We revamped our website. We did a kind of a total update, shall we say, and get it in more modern, a kind of a new look to it, a more brighter look and an easier navigation look. One factor we're still working on is the download of the podcast, but it's still working on iTunes podcasts, and Adam and our webmaster Chad are working hard to kind of clear up. Some people like to download things onto a thumb drive, and we're still working on that aspect. But the archives work. Of course, the app is the best way to get all that. But check out our new look on our website. We have everything up and going, and that should be a great addition and make it easier and faster for you to navigate letstalkhookup.com. The other thing that happened this week is we finalized the schedule for our San Diego County Ford Dealers live remote broadcast this year. So everybody's asking, when are you going to have the Ford dealers? When are you going to have the Ford deals? So check it out on the trips page, on the guest page of letstalkhookup.com. It's going to start in May at Encinitas Ford, of course, with Captain Mark Wheeler. Then Mossy Ford in July, North County Ford in August. And then, of course, we wrap it up in September at El Cajon Ford. And we're very excited to talk about our new grand prize for this year. It's an 8-day limited load trip in November on the Searcher.
Oh, cool.
So one lucky person, one of the qualifiers, is going to win go on the Searcher in November. And we're very happy and thankful to Art and Celia Taylor for giving us that fantastic prize. So once again, check out the schedule on the guest page at letstalkhookup.com for rules and details.
Well, we got a great show coming today. Like we said, so stoked to have both Paul and Renee in here talking so much good fishing, so much cool stuff to cover and talk about. And man, do we want to hear from you. If you want to join us, be part of the fun this morning. The phones are already packing up. I think we only have one phone line that's still open. If you want to grab it, it's 833-288-0973. One more time, 833-288-0973. Not only are we going to be taking your phone calls, not only are you going to get a chance to talk to two of the absolute experts in this world of fishing, you are also going to get a shot at winning a great prize. Today, one lucky caller at the end of the show is going to win a full-day trip going fishing on board the Liberty at a Fisherman's Landing. Get in on a full-day trip, and boy, with the way things are going right now, a trip on the Liberty, you might be fishing bass, you might be fishing yo-yo jig yellowtail at the islands, or you might be catching a bluefin, man. A pretty cool prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and network.
Hi there. I'm Hayden from Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking, Southern California's go-to spot for Hobie fishing kayaks, right on the water in Mission Bay. Let me tell you, we have big things going on in the shop this time of year. This November marks the 40th year anniversary of Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking. And as a family-owned and operated business, my family and I would like to thank all of our friends and customers for the support over the decades. We also have the brand new 2020 model year Hobie fishing kayaks, introducing new features like the automatically retracting kick-up fins, as well as the revolutionary new Mirage Drive 360, which allows you to rotate and steer your Mirage Drive 360 degrees, giving you 100% control over your fishing kayak. Hobie's also released a new line of more economic options, like the new Mirage Passport 10.5 and 12.0, coming in at only $13.99 and $15.99 respectively, while still including the Hobie Mirage Drive with comfortable raised seats and tons of fishing features. Get down to our shop, Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking, right on the water in Mission Bay, and see it all for yourself. Or check us out online at fastlanekayaking.com.
It's Yamaha's Reliable Choice sales event. From January 1st to March 31st, power up with the choice of additional warranty protection or up to $1,500 in dealer credit on eligible select new 2.5 to 350 horsepower 4-strokes. For details, visit YamahaOutboards.com or your Yamaha Outboards dealer today. Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Offer ends March 31st, 2020. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models excluded. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
For over 5 decades, Lee Palm Sport Fishing has set the standard in long-range fishing that they pioneered long ago. The Red Rooster 3 sets a new standard of excellence. The Red Rooster 3 is one of the most modern, quiet, and fastest long-range vessels in the fleet. They have handpicked the finest crew to make your trip a memorable one. The Red Rooster 3 offers trips from 3 to 18 days and runs year-round to the best fishing spots on the planet. Ride the Red Rooster 3 once and you'll be back again. Call the Red Rooster 3 at 619-224-3857 or see them on the web at redrooster3.com.
It's another innovation from Seaguar, the proven leader in saltwater leader material. Introducing new Gold Label Leader. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet, 18% thinner and 17% stronger than any other Seaguar leader. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates in clear water and on leader-shy fish. New Gold Label is made with exclusive Seaguar fluorocarbon resins in a double structure process which provides exceptional knot and tensile strength. Yet it's soft and cinches easily for fail-safe knots. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at seaguar.com.
This is Captain Mark Rayer for Genren Sport Fishing. Located on the Sea of Cortez, we will show you a fishing experience that will exceed your expectations. Genren boats are outfitted with all accurate reels from the smallest Valiant 300 to the beefy ATDs. Simrad electronics, Fraser gyro binoculars, and crews with a passion to fish is just part of what makes us number one. Also, Cabo Yachts Vaquera has a Seakeeper for your comfort. For 2 live webcams, an up-to-date fish report, accommodation packages, check out TeamGenren.com. We pick up at Rancho Leonero and all East Cape locations. So let's go fishing.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and network. And, man, so stoked to have these guys in the studio.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun treat.
You have some big news, don't you?
I just got a relay from Captain Brian Kiyahara that said the boys were doing an excellent job, but also talking about some of that great fishing that Captain Andy had 22 fish yesterday.
On the Red Rooster 3.
Right, with 3 over 100 up to 140. So
These are bluefin tuna.
That's some good fishing. I'm assuming so. Yeah, we'll find out. But that's great news. I mean, that's a lot of good fishing right now.
Yeah.
And this is March.
Yeah, March. Yeah, for sure. Time to go fishing. And there's already been when you guys, of course, we heard earlier in the season from Tom, our pilot, that there's just more bluefin than he's ever seen. When you guys got on those schools of bluefin, were they pretty good ones?
Yeah, on the way home from the surf trip, we that was the end of or beginning of February. We saw 3 or 4 different boomer schools. We were only out there for a couple hours. We had finished cod fishing at Colonette and just started heading up. Basically done fishing and just stumbled across them, and they were real deal schools. It was impressive.
That's so cool.
Nice.
That day that Tom called the radio show, Tom Green, was just, you could hear, for a guy that's what he does all the time, forever, you could hear the excitement in his voice. Just Pete, I can't tell you how big these schools, and that was in February, and
he's seen a lot of big schools.
When he's starting to talk about seeing the biggest single schools you've ever seen, it was however many football fields wide and a couple miles long without a break in the amount of fish. We can handle that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, hey, phones are packing up. All the lines are full, but keep on trying. 833-288-0973. Let's jump into the phones.
You got it. And just to confirm, talking to Bri, he said, that is bluefin within our local boats range. Fish to 100.
Local boats range.
Within our day and a half boat type.
Okay.
The type of fishing we're talking about right now. That the Queen's doing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That fish is well within that range. And how about Andy having fish up to 140 pounds yesterday? March,
nice.
That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, this is exciting times for sure. And I know that one of the slight struggles that the boats have had, at least talking to those guys from the Tomahawk, is that that fish is not small, and there's a lot of them that are 60 to 100 pounds, and it just like, last year, maybe not even like last year. He said so many guys last year were tuned into what it was when it was tough to get a bite, and fishing 40-pound and fishing real small hooks. And I just know the casualty rate was fairly high. You start talking about 100-plus pounders on little teeny hooks and, and 40-pound line, the ratio that you hook and come over the rail it just isn't that high. Yeah. So to have that good a fishing, that you went through some to get that too.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. That's good fishing. We're ready to go.
Well, the phones are absolutely packed full of people. They're excited to talk to you. And why don't we start it off this morning with our buddy Don, who's calling us from Woodland Hills. Don, good morning. Thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey guys, good morning. Hey, it's exciting hearing about all this bluefin, and just can't wait to get a line wet.
No doubt, man.
My question for captains Renee and Paul, it's probably been 4, maybe 5 seasons since I've been out on the Shogun. What's changed about the boat, and what are some of the things that we can expect with you as the captains? And I love the Shogun the last time I was on it too.
A couple of things that have changed is probably a few of the crew members. I think most of the crew's been there for at least 5 years. I know.
Yeah, we
Tyler's been there forever. The only person that's really new is me and Davey, to be honest. But
and by the way, Dave is a great addition, man. That guy is
great,
a great deckhand.
Probably some of the same things that you're gonna notice is the boat itself. Great food, maybe some new things are just a new demeanor on the boat, just a new positive vibe.
Yeah.
I was going to throw that in there too. I don't know how long your chef has been on the boat, but we hear it at the top of the dock all the time that, that everybody always raves about the food that you guys kick out on that boat. It's super high end and super good, and guys can't get close to trying to finish what they shove in front of you kind of thing. And if somebody dares to get that close to it, there's more getting shoved in front of them all the time.
Yeah.
We hear so much, at least at the top of the dock, at what a great job you guys do with the food on the boat.
Yeah, Roland's been there for about a year now. Right?
A little less than a year.
8 months or so.
Yeah.
He's doing a really good job. He's kicking out some really good food.
And that's the thing about long-range fishing is it's great fishing, great platforms, super service, but the food is just amazing, and you guys certainly don't disappoint. There's no doubt about that, for sure. Hey, Don, thanks a lot for the phone call and getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup this morning. That does free up 833-288-0973. 0973.
All right, let's talk to Tom. Tom's calling from University City this morning. What's up, Tom? Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
Great.
Doing good, buddy.
Yeah, so I had a question about, we've had La Nina and El Nino. It's not really clear to me what kind of a year we're having. Is it a cold water year or a warm water year? And if you could talk about that and what it means for our fishing, that'd be great.
Guys?
What do you think, boys?
I honestly think that it seems pretty normal. We have some, big winter storms already here, but the water temps are about average. There's nothing that stands out as it's really cold or really warm. And just the fact that there's already a tremendous sign of tuna in March, I'm assuming it's going to be a great year.
It's funny that the last few years we've been blessed with such good tuna fishing and so early that like the talk of El Nino and La Nina like that just like doesn't hardly come up. That's always the topic of discussion when it's really early in the year and you're waiting for the fish to show up and like, oh, it's going to be cold, so maybe it'll be this, or it's going to be hot and it'll maybe be that. But the last few years, just like this one, the fish have been here so early, nobody even talks about it. It's just like, oh, we're gonna catch them. We're gonna catch them real good again this year.
This year.
Yeah.
I mean, the water temperature is probably 61.5 out there right now.
Nice. So in the past years when we've had great bluefin tuna fishing, everybody's talking about the abundance of bait. Did you guys see that on your last trip?
No, not really. It was clean water. It's kind of like last year was similar early in the season, and I know we were fishing that bluefin in April and May down in that, south, not just west of San Diego, but down there south. It was the same thing, clean water, not a bunch of bait. There's not that foamer type fishing. It was chasing big sonar schools and big breezers.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the fishing that's been happening, at least as a regular, is just regulation the way we like it. Get on a school and they stick to the boat and you're fly lining bait and fishing 50-pound line. It sounds, at least so far, that it's just very regulation, I'm sure the way that you guys want it. You're not running and gunning and plucking one off on a surface popper and then go on to the next. I mean, those things stick with you and you can get them going.
Yeah, it's definitely nice when they like to stick. I mean, you just waste so much bait, so much time running around looking for a different school that wants to stick, and you actually get some time to work at it. And like you said, those fish are, pretty good size, so it helps a lot. You definitely lose a lot of fish.
Yeah, indeed. Tom, we just feel pretty confident we're going to have a good year this year. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Indeed, that does free up 833-288-0973. I want to talk about your schedule here. April and May, you have some day and a half and 3-day trips lined up. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? What do you do on those trips?
On those day and a half trips, we're obviously, since this bluefin's around, if it sticks around, typically we do that, or we head down to Colonnette and look for some yellowtail, cameloo down there. But hopefully this bluefin's around. Like last year, we were doing quite a bit of day and a half, just strictly going bluefin fishing, and it's bluefin or bust. On those 3-day trips, we do about the same. We'd go down there, do some sort of rock cutting, look for some yellowtail, and have a chance at the bluefin. But there could be a 3-day trip where it's strictly bluefin fishing, and you just stick it out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then as June comes up, you started off with an accurate 8-day, and then go back into some 3 days and some 8 days, and a kind of a mix and stuff. Talk about that. Talk about how, because these are and then in July you have some openings, a day and a half and 3 days. Those kind of same thing as the season progresses.
Those early season 8 days, those end of May, beginning of June, 8-day trips, the fishing's phenomenal. Yeah. It's phenomenal yellowtail fishing almost always. It's kind of like a slam dunk. Nothing's guaranteed in fishing. Obviously depends on weather and conditions, but that's the perfect time of year for catching nice sized yellowtail down on the ridge and Alijos rocks. And
you can have a chance to catch a world record down there.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. Last year we had a couple phenomenal trips. Both of our 8 days in June were outstanding trips. We caught bluefin on the way down and the way back, and did great on yellowtail. Whether we were on one trip we went to the ridge and one trip we went out to the rocks, and it was just both great trips.
That fishing can be so much fun too. I mean, obviously, like you say, you never know until you go. But a lot of times you can pick the way you want to catch them. You could throw a surface iron, you could wind a yo-yo jig, you could fish a dropper loop, you could fly line a bait. I mean, it just seems like when you get on those things good, you name the way you want to catch one, and you're going to be successful.
Yeah, you definitely going to be successful.
That's cool.
And you know what's amazing is you look at the fall schedule on the Shogun, and most everything, there's a few openings here and there on the longer trips, but in December especially, but a lot of sold out spots. But there are spots available on those June and July longer trips. And like you say, those could be the big trips. I mean, those could be pretty amazing trips with bluefin, big yellows.
What we got going on right now, no doubt.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Those could be really good ones, right?
Some of those July trips I can remember in the past on Royal Star. There was one 8-day trip where we were at Alejos Rocks catching yellowtail, and somebody called, and we went and filled the boat with 60 to 90 pound yellowfin tuna. Everybody had their full limit somewhere outside the ridge. So
good stuff. Hey, let's jump back on the phones.
You got it. Well, the phones are packed up again. If you want to get your shot, 833-288-0973. Let's jump back into the phones and talk to John, who's calling us from Los Alamitos this morning. Hi, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, guys. I kind of got to the show late. I didn't hear what size bluefin they were catching, but I'm just curious, what's the size of the bluefin?
I think most of it's 40 to 60 pounds, but there's an occasional 120 to 150 pounder mixed in.
That's so crazy.
But I think the average size
cool.
is 40 to 60 pounds.
Great catchable. Yeah. And is those are the schools that you saw too?
Yeah, it was all mixed up, anywhere from 40 to over 100 pounds, but it seemed like most of the fish, that 50, 60 pound fish. That's what we caught a lot of last year as well.
Yeah, last year was like a lot of those 40 to 60s, and the standouts were pretty nice. It was 100 to 160 pounds, I remember.
Yeah.
It's just wild that here we are in March. You know, we're not even halfway through March yet, and you're talking, it's averaging around 50 pounders. You know, like it's just crazy. Like it wasn't that long ago that, you know, the average tuna you always talk about, they're 15 pounders. You know, like that's that's the bread and butter of the, you know, sport fishing fleet. And now it just feels like it's been so long since we've even seen that size of fish. The yellowfin last year were, you know, at the end of the season were all those nice big ones, and this early season bluefin are all these big fat ones. It's been cool, and it's also been fun to watch how good this, you know, early season fishing is. We're talking about your trips in May and June. I mean, those have, like, you know, in the old days, you scraped and scratched to try and get the boat out. Now those are turning into some of the best trips of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It seems like our seasons are stretching out later and starting earlier. It's like it's almost always something to fish for.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's pretty,
we're okay with
cool.
that.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, we love that.
The Guadalupe thing it seems similar also. You know, in the old days, it was, you know, you fished from this time to this time, and now, I mean, these late trips that you guys are running down to the island, it seems like it almost seems like you can't go late enough. You know,
no, it almost seems like you could probably fish there till right about now, I would imagine. I mean,
at Guadalupe?
Maybe February.
Wow.
Because, geez, I think one of the last trips we were there, late December, it was pretty good.
I remember Renee was telling me that you guys did it. You guys did a December trip with just absolutely no sharks and great grade fishing. You know, there was, you know, you lose some of the little bit of hassle that happens, you know, occasionally with you know, with other things around. And, you know, you said the later that it was going, the fishing was as good, if not better. The grade was as good, if not better, and less things to deal with as that season got later on.
Definitely. I mean, the yellowtail seems like it's either hit or miss on those guys. I think we had a pretty good, when you were out, Pete, we had pretty good yellowtail fishing.
The beginning of November.
November, yeah.
Really good.
I just remember Pete coming back and telling me, like, I don't care what anybody says. If you're not fishing 130 pound, you will not catch a yellowtail at that island. Like, that was the report. That was Pete's report back. I was like, how was the trip? Rick, it was good. I'm not going to lie to you. But if anybody is fishing less than 130, they will never catch a yellowtail at that place.
Well, we were fishing, and Renee was the one, he watched me just get, like, lunched. like multiple times. And so he grabbed me, and he goes, come up top. Let's get a re-rig going here. And he set me up with a 130-pound dropper loop rig, and then we finally started putting some on the boat.
Some points on the board?
Yeah, but that wasn't the whole story, though. You could hook them even on 130 pound, but if your drag wasn't just
super
in
tight,
full lockdown,
you couldn't still couldn't get them.
Get a couple turns. It's tough. Those guys are tough.
They're unbelievable. And then the crazy thing about those Guadalupe yellowtail is when you think you got them, no, you don't. Nah, they change their minds. It's like, no, I'm not coming on.
Is there anything more fun than doing that? Like that is so cool. It's fun. You want to talk about fun atmosphere in the boat when it's like that too. You know, as soon as somebody hooks one, like the whole boat is cheering them on. Go, 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 go. And then pow! And runs off. And simultaneous. Simultaneous that. Oh, there goes another one. That is, you want to talk about fun times on the boat. That is it for sure. And then when one does come over the rail, it's like a team celebration.
Yes,
like everybody got it.
High-fiving all around.
Totally.
And you never think that a 30 or 35 pound yellowtail can pull that hard. They can pull that hard.
They can pull hard.
Yeah, and they're bigger than that too down there.
Yeah, I think we've gotten some pretty good ones. Anywhere from, I think the biggest one we caught a few years ago was 85.
Jesus.
Wow.
That was crazy.
That's wild.
So Paul,
giant baits.
Giant? You using giant baits?
Big Spanish scads. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that's cool. I want to do that right now.
Yeah.
You
might have that chance
on
the Let's Talk
right
Hookup
now.
trip. You're going on the Let's Talk Hookup
I know,
trip
I'm pumped. I still am not sure how I was able to peel that spot out from you, but I am
it's
a
1-year deal. I just want you to know.
No, you were very clear about it, but I'm stoked. Yeah, I can't wait to go fishing with these guys.
Indeed. Hey, by the way, John, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that. Compare the yellowtail fishing at Guadalupe versus Alejos Rocks, Paul. I know you spent a lot of time at Alejos catching big yellows in the spring there. Is it the same deal, or are they tougher at Guadalupe?
You know, I would say that those two are very similar spots as far as, you know, the style of fishing, and, you know, they're both places where the fish fight really hard. I'd say the only difference is at Alejos, you know, typically you're fishing deeper water. Mm-hmm. You'd be fishing a lot deeper than you would at Guadalupe. I know it's not always the case, but a lot of the spots that myself and Renee like to fish is pretty shallow. Yeah. So it's just tug of war, no drag. Hook one on the bottom, you pull. At Alejos, it seems like there's a lot more water column to fish. So, you know, like a yo-yo jig is, you can get bit halfway up and not really worry about getting rocked. So similar style fishing, just it seems like the percentages are a lot better at Alejos hook to land ratio anyway.
Is it
go ahead, please.
Tougher neighborhood at Guadalupe? Is it just more pinnacles and more shallows and such like that?
It seems like it is. I mean, it's an island. There's plenty of, you know, we like to fish a lot shallower there than normal, I think. But yeah, it's pretty rocky where we hang out.
Yeah. Bad neighborhood.
You
lock the doors, roll the windows up when you're driving through.
Alejos, I can remember last year we had an epic trip there. Paul was driving. It was the first June trip, right? The first 8-day. Jesus, the size of those fish, the quality of that fish.
That's so cool.
It's like you had 5 people fishing at lunchtime and everybody's eating. You still had 5 fish going.
Oh my gosh!
It was 5 to 8 fish going all day,
and all to yourself.
All to yourself.
Wow.
What's the best way to catch a real big one like that? I know you mentioned real big baits, and Paul, you mentioned yo-yo jig fishing in the middle of the water. Like, what's, you know, if that was somebody's goal was to catch a big giant yellowtail, what do you think the best way to do that is?
I think fishing a big bait is definitely key. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we're talking about Guadalupe, that's all I'd be fishing. I'd be fishing 80-pound or 100-pound. I could either, you know, fly line a big scad or a big green mackerel, and that's the biggest fish that I've seen is like that. I think some guy caught one on a surface iron one time, but there was just a little wolf pack of them, of those 50 to 70-pound fish cruising around. Yeah, it's crazy when you see those things cruise around the boat.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great info. The phones are absolutely packed up. Everybody wants to talk to the boys. You stay tuned. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and network.
Cedros Island. You've heard of it. Your buddies have gone, but you don't know if it's for you. Yeah, it sounds cool. Fishing from pongas and hanging out with a bunch of people at a lodge. But you like your own space. You enjoy some soul time. You want to be part of the community and enjoy the people while you're on your trip. And you want an owner-guided experience so you can explore the whole fishery and all it has to offer. This is Jeff from Cedros Kayak Fishing. I'll greet you when you arrive at Cedros, host you the entire time of your stay, and join you daily for epic fishing experiences the way I fish Cedros. the surrounding islands and the Baja coast. Myself and my crew will immerse you in the Cedros Island culture and community so you can experience life on Cedros the way we live it. If you're looking for a more personal style trip with a smaller group and a laid-back atmosphere, Cedros Kayak Fishing is your spot. Give me a call at 760-412-2507 or visit our website, cedroskayakfishing.com. Let's get you down to Cedros.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at pointlomasportfishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire AFCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find AFCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a dealer near you.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
You know, the ranch is unique. It's one of the few places in the world where you can still drive ATVs up the beach. We have fishing from the beach. We have dive trips that we run to Pomo in a number of different spots. Kayaking, of course, has been real big. We were one of the first hotels to introduce kayaking. The ranch is small, you know, it's intimate, it's 34 rooms, so everyone gets to know everyone. The old saying, where everyone knows your name. Well, truly at Rancho Leonero, the employees do know pretty darn near all our guests' names. And what's even more interesting is most of the guests know each other's names. Very personal, very intimate, and a special, special environment. 2 miles of beachfront, mile on either side of the hotel. Rancho Leonero is really the last of the old-style Baja fishing resorts. 1-800-646-2252. 1-800-646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here with the boys from the Shogun this morning.
Yeah. We're going to have some exciting news from Bart Hall real soon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. When Bart calls in, we'll make a big announcement for sure. But in the meantime, we have this month's CCA Bill Varney calendar winner. The winner is going to win a Sequelizer, which is that great pressure descending device for rockfish and stuff. Those are really great. They work very, very well. You can set them in 2 different depths and work very well. So the winning number is 1222. Just go to ccacalifornia.org if your calendar says 1222 on the back and claim your prize. And congratulations for that.
That's awesome. Well, the phones are packed up. If you want to get your shot, 833-288-0973. That's how you reach us on Let's Talk Hookup this morning. Let's talk to Tom. And Tom's calling us from Temecula this morning. What's up, Tom? Welcome to the show.
Morning, guys. Damp one it is. So, you know, your guy from the airplane there a few weeks back, you know, talked about how much bluefin there was down below the border, and that the I guess the Mexican fleet had met their quota. So, do you guys see any pressure from the American fleet during the season on that bluefin?
That bluefin. I mean, if that bluefin moves up the line, yeah. But you're talking about the seiners wrapping up the bluefin, but you know they're not allowed to fish in Mexican waters. So if that fish stays below the line, then we're good. But we don't really see that much pressure when that fish is up in American waters.
Because the Mexican fleet already has their quota.
Yeah, the Mexican fleet has their quota. There's a lot of fish out there, and we like this early fishing stuff, I think as soon as we start fishing, one day there could be 3 boats out there. One day there could be 20, but it still seems like there's a pretty good widespread where somebody could make a catch.
I mean, it's not even a fair comparison from what we had to, a guy like you and Paul that are working out there every day. But it just seemed, even when that fish was fat and happy and sitting around Clemente, it just never seemed like, American boat pressure was much of a problem. I mean, I'm sure there might have been a few windows where there were days where there's a lot of guys out, but it never seemed like that got in the way of making good catches all year last. There were times when the fish are on Mexican waters, when quotas haven't been met, where you hear a lot of guys like, oh man, there's so much commercial pressure and there's so many seiners out here, and it just feels like you didn't hear that at all the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple. I think I was fishing next to Randy at Clemente this year, and we saw one guy slap it out, but he missed. It was, when that fish is up there, it's hard to catch those seiners. But yeah, I think this early season bluefin, Paul, wouldn't you say it's pretty good fishing? Last year we had really good fishing around this time. Seemed like it was, if not better than the summer. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think April was probably April and May they might have been the 2 best months. Other than there were some good shots in November. I think we had a couple good trips then,
and that's probably why you designed those trips in April and May, right?
Day and a half and 3 days.
Day and a half, 3-day trips, perfect for that.
Exactly, take advantage of what's available.
Better jump on it.
It's cool that fish that's being caught now is already in day and a half range. I mean, you're not limited. If you jump on that trip, again, if we're lucky enough and the weather window's right and if the tuna's still around, I mean, a day and a half trip is well within striking distance today of that fish. Let alone what happens. Come April, come May, I think we got a good early season in front of us.
Indeed. Hey, Tom, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. All right, a guy's had a big week this week and the last week.
I think a little busy.
And the week before, yeah. Bart Hall. Good morning, Bart.
Hey, Bart.
Good morning, everybody. It's certainly good to hear you and to be able to talk to you.
Yes, indeed. It is good to talk to you. And it's great to talk about fishing instead of something else, right?
It certainly is. It's just so nice, I driving home from work last night. Out of habit, I put on the sports talk radio, and all they're talking about is they're not talking about sports. So talking about fishing is great.
Yes, indeed, and we continue to talk about fishing for sure. Now, after a tremendously successful Long Beach show last week, congratulations on the success of that. It was great. Some big things happened this week, right?
Well, they did. As you know, everyone has gone into panic mode over this virus that's going around, and we decided that we weren't going to panic. We were going to allow our customers to decide for themselves, and so we were intending to continue to do our Del Mar show, and the fairgrounds was on our side, and they were fighting for us, and even though the San Diego County put out a health thing, the fairgrounds said, no, we want you to be here. We want you to put on your show. And then the governor's office called them and told them that they had to shut us down. So they did.
Yeah, and that's because the fairgrounds are owned by the state, right?
Yeah, owned by the state.
Yeah.
And so they shut us down, and it was very, very disappointing. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt quite like that. And but we started doing. I started making some phone calls. I started talking to different people. I just started to figure out what the heck we could do. I called Rick and Doug, and we were trying to figure things out. And finally, we came up with something, and the fairgrounds worked with us. And since then, all the exhibitors have responded so positively. But we're going to be doing the Del Mar show from April 30th to May 3rd. And it's going to be, it looks like everybody's in, and we're really looking forward to it.
Us too, Bart. I think, we're a community and friends and family as far as the whole fishing thing goes, and we're excited about it. I mean, I think it'll be fun, it'll be different, and, talking to Paul and Renee, I think that's going to add a real big blitz to the show. I have a feeling we will be engaged in really good fishing then, which I think is just going to add to the seminars, and it's going to add to the sales, and it's going to add to the excitement.
No question.
I'm stoked about it. I mean, I think it was a crummy hand that was dealt. I think you guys explained it perfectly. You were offering things for us to go do. I mean, there's a lot of people in panic, and if you choose to, stay at home, that's totally fine. That's your choice. But Fred Hall Shows was offering the opportunity to go celebrate fishing and have a good time, and if that's the choice you wanted to make on your weekend, you were trying to offer it, and you weren't able to, and we were all worried about it, and you guys rallied as you did, and are still bringing the show on, and I think it's going to be the most successful Del Mar we've had. I'm really looking forward to it.
So Thursday, April 30th to Sunday, May 3rd are the new dates, right?
That is correct.
That's
Rick, I agree with you 100%, by the way.
Yeah, I just think this one's going to be unique and different, and it's going to, it's going to have challenges because it's not the same time, and it's going to have benefits because it's not the same time, and I just think that this is going to be, you talk about how pumped you are going to a seminar before things get rolling. How about here in the day before that the, Shogun just had a 50-fish day on 70-pound bluefins, and then you roll in to go see a seminar about fishing big fish there. I just think this is going to be a one for the books, and we're really excited.
Me too. I tell you what, there was a lot of we make decisions together in our office, and Mike and Tim and Katie and I were not on the same page a lot over the last couple of days, but I think we all are now, and I'm glad we all came together and made this happen. And it was difficult. I will tell you, I have been up and down and up and down and up and down, but now I'm very excited. I think this is going to be great, and now people get to sign up, and one of the grand prizes is a trip with the Shogun for our show. So
how about that?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. That's going to be awesome. So again, Thursday, April 30th to Sunday, May 3rd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, and of course, that must have been not an easy project to find a date at the Del Mar Fairgrounds that was open for you guys.
I will tell you this: the fairgrounds wants us there, and they worked very hard with us. They probably angered some of their other customers.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're all right with that.
Fred Hall Show's most important show they have.
That's right.
So. Yeah, and a lot of things now. People are calling me. An RV dealer called me and said, "I'll take as much space as you can possibly give me." So,
awesome.
That's so cool.
It's going to be great.
So everything's still going to be saying all the great attractions and family events and such like that are going to be there.
Yes. Well, let's see. Well, we were going to do the Super Hooligan motorcycle race on Saturday. I'm not sure that can, because of a conflict in their dates, I'm not sure that can happen. But we have we'll have the San Diego County Ford Dealers Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show. We have the Ram Ultimate Air Dogs. We have Scott Laseth had another thing he was doing in Houston. He canceled that to come do that with us.
Oh, cool.
We're going to have the Sporting Chef here. We're going to have, we're hoping, we don't know for sure, we might get the Great American Duck Races back.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. Bart Hall. Okay. Once again, Thursday, April 30th to Sunday, May 3rd. New dates for the Fred Hall Del Mar edition. We're excited about it, Bart.
Good job, Bart.
And this is the first announcement. I'm glad we could do it together.
All right. Well, thank you for allowing that, and I appreciate that, Bart. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. All right.
Bye-bye, guys.
All right. Very good. Let's jump into those jam-packed phones, Rick.
Jam-packed they are. Everybody's excited to talk to the boys. Let's talk to Philip, calling us from all the way out in Atlanta, Georgia this morning. What's up, Philip? Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Hi, Philip.
I caught my biggest tuna on the Shogun, and this was back in the mid-'90s. Can you give the history of the Shogun? I think it was built by LaPresta Dunn. Had some rough rides on it, but the boat ran so smooth in heavy weather. Again, I'll take your call off air and listen to what you have to say.
All right. You're listening to us on the app, of course, in Atlanta, Georgia, and we appreciate your call there, Phil, on the Let's Talk Hookup app. Go ahead, guys.
The history that I know about it is a LaPresta Dunn sport fishing boat. And I think it was built in the Bill Pool Yard by Ted Dunn. Designed the boat, and after I think what was it, 89 that they built that boat. So mid 90s, definitely nothing really has changed from there. We haven't added anything below sea level or any of that.
Well, new engines probably.
Yeah, you're right. New engines, maybe a few compressors.
There's that, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
RSW fish holds.
But I know Ted Dunn did build the boat, and it was built in the Bill Pool Yard.
And Ted Dunn's a wizard.
He
and
is.
that guy is an
amazing
extraordinary man and commercial fisherman, and he knew his stuff for sure.
Definitely. He's very, very intelligent with
He's the bluefin master, and then it's fun watching you guys take that boat and like carrying on like that. That guy was the man as far as those bluefins go. Still is, no doubt.
Yeah.
And it's fun watching the Shogun carry that right on. You guys just, have such a unique ability to get those things so good. It's pretty fun.
No, you guys have carried on the tradition very, very well. And Philip, you need to come back and get on a trip on the Shogun and go catch another big one. Thanks a lot for the call.
Hey, when we come back, we got another full hour Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More your phone calls, more great info. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup. We're right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and network.
Dana Landing in Mission Bay is truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. This is Chelsea. Come see me and our expert fishing staff for just about anything you need for a great day of on-the-water fun. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing has you covered with the Blackjack, perfect for up to 4 anglers, or the Impulse with up to 6. Dana Landing has a huge selection with everything you need to catch small bay bass or giant tuna. We will be sure to set you up with the right gear. We even offer reel repair and Mexican and California fishing licenses. Don't forget the amazing deli at Dana Landing with all the food, ice, and beverages you need to complete your day. Need freshwater tackle? Head to East County Bait and Tackle with all the finest rods and reels, the hottest freshwater lures, and live bait. ECBT has an amazing staff who love to share their passion for fishing. East County Bait and Tackle is located at the end of the 67 freeway on Main Street in Lakeside, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp on San Diego's Mission Bay. Check out danalanding.com for more details.
When it comes to catching big bluefin tuna in local waters, Shimano has the gear proven to land the big ones. You already know the hot jig is the Shimano Butterfly Flatfall Jig, and when you match that with the right tackle system, it makes this great jig even more effective. We suggest you grab a Tranx 500 HG and fill it with 80-pound Power Pro Max Quattro. Max Quattro is 25% thinner, which means 25% more line capacity when you hook that giant. Match your new setup with a Therese 70H and you have the power to put the wood to that big bluefin tuna. The Tranx 500 HG has the cranking power you need, and with the level wind, you concentrate on fishing your Shimano Flatfall and leave the line control to the Tranx reel. Hundreds of big fish have been caught on the Flatfall, and when you add the Power Pro Max Quattro Tranx Therese combo, you'll take your fishing to the next level. See your local dealer or check Shimano.com for all the details.
We all need to get around, but we all need something different from our vehicles. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have you covered if you're looking for a new truck this month. Plus, it's SUV season, so they have great deals for everyone. Whether it's a new EcoSport that is nimble and fun around town, or the Ford Explorer that is capable of putting a boat in the water and has seating for 7, Ford has you covered. Ford trucks and SUVs aren't just powerful and legendary. They have the latest technology that helps you seamlessly connect your smartphone and ensure you're safe on the road. Features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist on trucks are truly a game changer at the ramp, helping you back up a trailer by simply turning a knob on the dash and doing the hard work for you. So check out all the great deals during SUV season and save some money on the right gear for you. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealers today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more. There are plenty of boat slips and marinas in San Diego, but there is only one Kona Kai. It's not just a place to park your boat, it's a way of life here in America's finest city. Come check out what's new at the Kona Kai. 170 luxury guest rooms, including 41 brand new suites, featuring contemporary island-inspired decor, deep soaking tubs and oversized balconies. The Kona Kai Resort Spa and Marina has multiple swimming pools and a private beach, waterfront restaurants, and an award-winning spa, most of which is included for marina tenants. Add the Kona Kai Club to your membership and you have access to the new Paloma Pool Bar, a new and exclusive pool area for adults only, which allows guests to enjoy poolside craft cocktails and California coastal cuisine while overlooking your boat. In addition to all this, Kona Kai is the closest marina to the open ocean. Check resortkonakai.com on the web for more information, to reserve a slip or inquire about joining the club. The Kona Kai Resort, much more than just a place to park your boat.